put Bitcoin in our portfolios in October of 2020. Clients were mad at me. Most of these clients are institutionalists, or they're individuals that are the scale of institutions. I call those instividuals, right? They're lots of money and they make quick decisions. And a lot of these clients were mad at me. And then 2021 happened, and we got calls at the end of 2021, and clients said, okay, you guys are geniuses. You got me into Bitcoin. And then 2022 happened, and then clients called and said, you guys are imbeciles. And so we went from geniuses to imbeciles.
Scaramucci emphasizes the critical need for businesses, especially in finance, to adapt to changing market dynamics. His firm, SkyBridge, faced a situation where traditional fund management models were becoming less attractive to investors who preferred direct investments and lower fees. Recognizing this shift, Scaramucci and his team identified Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as a potentially transformative force. In October 2020, SkyBridge made a significant decision to include Bitcoin in its investment portfolios. This move was met with skepticism and even anger from many of their institutional and high-net-worth clients. Clients were initially critical of the investment. The positive performance of Bitcoin in 2021 led to praise, with clients acknowledging the foresight of SkyBridge. The market downturn in 2022 brought renewed criticism, with clients labeling the firm's decision as foolish. Scaramucci candidly admits that the journey into Bitcoin was not without its difficulties. He emphasizes the importance of staying the course and believing in the long-term potential, despite short-term volatility. Before we delve into the video, if you want the latest crypto news, market updates, and expert insights from the top minds in the industry, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Stay informed, stay ahead, and never miss an opportunity in this ever-changing world of the financial market. Thank you for subscribing to our channel.
We put Bitcoin in our portfolios in October of 2020. Clients were mad at me. Most of these clients are institutionalists, or they're individuals that are the scale of institutions. I call those instividuals, right? They're lots of money and they make quick decisions. And a lot of these clients were mad at me. And then 2021 happened, and we got calls at the end of 2021, and clients said, okay, you guys are geniuses. You got me into Bitcoin. And then 2022 happened, and then clients called and said, you guys are imbeciles. And so we went from geniuses to imbeciles. And then 2023 and 24 were very good years. But if I'm being brutally honest in this room, we lost a lot of clients at the end of 2022. And then I had like a really nasty article written about me, which was like a financial obituary of me and the firm. And that caused a lot of clients to leave. And that was probably the low point, actually, of the business. And so you typically, when you get that really negative article written, it's usually a sign that things are bottoming out. And then we went up in our business probably 3x from that bottom. And so the clients that stayed with us and our own money, we've done very well. But it's been brutal to be an institutional investor, somebody on Wall Street for 36 years, and to make that transition without pain. It looks really neat top line, but we had a lot of turnover on our client base, and now we're in a rebuild, and we're getting back to a really good 3-year track record, and we're starting to see what I would call the green shoots of new money coming into the fund. But I would be dishonest if I told you guys, oh yeah, we're super smart guys and we saw something before other people. You're a super smart guy. You saw something way before me. You came to my office to talk about Bitcoin when I had absolutely no Bitcoin exposure. You gave me an education on it, and we built. It took us 2 years, and so it was an odyssey into Bitcoin. And I would tell you that we were very nervous about doing it because we're institutional investors. Jamie Dimon was calling it I think he called it a Ponzi scheme, or Warren Buffett called it a rat poison, and the late and very great Charlie Munger called it rat poison squared. And so when we were going like this, I was like the poster boy for rat poison squared. It's not fun. But, here's the thing I would say. The people in this room are not the converts. We don't have to convert these people. They're here. They love you, Anthony, and they love the ideas of what's going on in the digital space. I guess what I would ask the people in this room to think about, is what do you see that other people don't see? And I've asked you this. I've asked myself this. I was at a meeting. I was at Goldman Sachs. It was my 35th anniversary Goldman Sachs training class. Started at Goldman in 1989. And I said to the people in the room that were there, ages 58 to 63, how many of you own Bitcoin? Nobody. Okay. How many of your kids own Bitcoin? And maybe 5 of the 60 people in the room said that they own Bitcoin. And so this room owns it, or most of the people own it, or they're doing a lot of homework on it. But to really explain to people how early we are. So, when you hear that Bitcoin has now crashed from 100 to 84,000 or 108 to 78,000, when it was 12,000, I would have gotten on my knees and prayed, please let Bitcoin crash from 108 to 80,000, right? But people from a distance, they don't understand it, but they will. And there is a rate of change going on right now where there are skeptics that are being converted into adopters, which are going to be converted into believers.
The decision to invest in Bitcoin was made despite widespread skepticism and negative comments from prominent figures in the financial world. Jamie Dimon famously called Bitcoin a fraud and threatened to fire anyone trading it. Warren Buffett described Bitcoin as rat poison. Charlie Munger called it rat poison squared. Despite these criticisms, Scaramucci and his team persisted, recognizing the potential despite the prevailing negative sentiment. Scaramucci acknowledges a paradoxical relationship between his personal views on Donald Trump and Trump's potential positive impact on Bitcoin. Trump is perceived as being more favorable to Bitcoin. There is an expectation that a Trump administration would be more supportive of the cryptocurrency industry.